Hey everyone, this is a plea to follow your inner guidance, your wisdom, aka your intuition. And now I'm not talking about the academic sense of intuition. I've got this book here, Thinking Fast and Slow. To be honest, I haven't actually finished reading it. I got really bored by it when I was I don't know, younger. I might actually finish it, but it presents intuition, right? And like a lot of academia presents intuition as this senseless and stupid kind of quick thinking thing, while system two, right, which is like the kind of conscious mind, the one that thinks and deliberates, that is the system that is superior. And while I think there is an element of truth there, I think what academia fails to really capture is the wisdom of the unknown, the wisdom of what I call infinite intelligence, or just being hooked into the universe intelligence. It's guidance, it's wisdom, whatever you call it. It's something that exists inside of you. And the reason why it's important for you to start listening in and tuning into it is that it knows everything. It's just all knowing. It's just it's this incredible thing that knows far more than you. In order for you, like your calculating mind, your little system one baby mind or system two whatever mind does not know. The knowledge that we know is so darn limited. It's so darn limited. I think I've seen it before. It's like this is what we know, and it's like an infinite circle of what we don't know. So why is that important? Like I never used to realize why that was important. I think that was like oh stupid, like oh yeah, it was kind of like felt fake humble sort of thing. But the reason why that's important is because our life is made up of decisions. Every single day we are faced with multiple decisions. You look at like the hero's journey, they make a decision either to take one path, the safe path, or the other path, which is the challenge path, or the kind of hero's path. And the reason why we watch these stories is because these heroes take the hero's path. You're not going to catch Luke Skywalker or Harry Potter saying no to Hagrid or Obi-Wan. Like, I guess for them, in those cases, right, it's just like, oh yeah, Uncle Vernon is, they're basically abusing Harry. He's in a horrible life, and Luke is just bored, and his whole like auntie and uncle literally get slaughtered in like an attack from the stormtroopers or something like that. So like their lives kind of suck, so they have to say yes. But what about us what about those whose lives don't really suck, it's kind of good. Like it's kind of good. But it's not good enough to be the hero's path, the true path. And it's not bad enough for us to make a drastic new decision. Well, for us, we have to consciously choose to take the hero's path. What I mean by consciously, I mean we have to literally receive it and take a new decision, take a new action, get out of our head and take that decision. But the question is, how do you know what decision is your hero's path? Well, I've got an opinion on this, right? So there used to be this teacher I used to go to. He was like a personal development teacher, and he was pretty cracked, mate. He was I don't know, he was a strange character. But gosh, I learned a lot from him. And he was very challenging, and he was very up in your face and attack your ego and break into a new kind of level of presence, right? And so I kind of went to him, right? And, asked him, how do I get clear? Like, how do I get clear on what action to take? If I knew what action to take and I knew this was the right one, then I would take the action, right? And he said to me that that's basically BS, like that's bullshit. And he challenged me on it, and he said that clarity does not come before action. Clarity is a result of action. So it's as simple as this. And I was talking about direction and life purpose in the last one. You pick a direction, you pick a life purpose, the closest that you can get to right now, and you make a decision towards it. For me, I'm making a decision towards my purpose by uploading videos. And what happens is that what you don't count is you become clearer every time you make a decision. More is kind of unveiled to you. But in order for me to make a decision, in order for me to get out of there, it's like I had to get out of my head. I had to get real with myself and realize that I don't really know anything. But I did know one thing, is that I should start speaking. I should start speaking, see how I feel, and see what happens. And that's the beauty. It's like a hot or colder thing. You make a decision. After your decision, you see how you feel. And if you feel good, you feel peaceful, you're probably on the right track. Keep making decisions. If you feel like that wasn't good, that wasn't it, then that's good. That means you can readjust. You can go in within yourself and sense what you're feeling. I think the problem is, and what a lot of us are stuck in right now, is a sense of inaction, right? It's like stagnation. I know there's that quote that a ship is safe in the harbour, but it's not meant for just being in the harbour. And to be honest, I think that's a stupid quote. I think it's dumb. Because I don't want to break my ship. I don't want to break my ship, it's just like, oh, well, I'm happy to stay in this harbour then and just enjoy myself here. I'm very happy here. It's more like this for me. It's more like in reality, you're safe in the harbour, and you're safe making a decision and moving your life forward as well. Both things are genuinely safe. Not in the metaphor or the analogy, but it's safe to take action. Right? And there's another aspect to it. Are you making decisions from a space of lack, of insecurity, of not enoughness? Or are you making decisions from a space of inspiration, of joy, of what you'd really love? Because that's what you want to be doing. Casting your focus to what you would really love. And then making a decision every day towards it. I read this amazing book called The Magician's Way. And I read, it's by William Whitecloud. He's a South African dude who's moved to Australia ages ago. And he wrote a really big best-selling book called The Magician's Way. And it's a very strange personal development book. I've never read anything like it. It's like a narrative. And basically this stocks and options and financial information trader, he's kind of just doing all of this weird, goofy stuff, going to boat parties, going to nightclubs, talking chicks up. It's really weird. It's kind of goofy, but there's this whole analogy in that book, which is just, it's phenomenal. It's called the swing circle. It's like using golf as an analogy for life. And basically, I'm not sure how much of this is true in actual golf, but the key is to stop focusing on technique. If you're focusing on what you're doing within your swing circle, the circle in which you swing and hit the ball, you're going to be trapped up, right? What you got to focus on is your focus, your direction, your target. Keep your mind on the target of where you want to hit the ball, and let your natural ability figure out its swing. It's stay focused there, and don't get caught up in technique and in anything else. And just don't be afraid to keep hitting for your focus, And I think if we can get out of our swing circle and get after and start focusing on what we want and make decisions towards that, that's as simple as life gets. You just look at what is the next best decision. What's the closest thing I can do? And you can just use your personal power to do that. So there we go. That's all for today. I will say one last thing, is that the closer you tune into that feeling, that beautiful sense and that wisdom inside of you, of your inner guidance, the more that you'll realize your decisions are inconsequential. Like, it doesn't really matter where you go, A or B. The more you'll realize that just going with the flow of life and being alive to life is what really matters. Wishing you all the best. Talk soon.